Carlos is 23 years old. He became paraplegic when his vehicle was hit by an individual under the influence of drugs. At the time of the accident, he was a freshman in college. It was through his strength and determination that he returned back to college. His courage and positive attitude has been recognized by many health professionals. He has been asked numerous times to visit and speak with spinal cord injury patients at hospitals as far away as Oklahoma City. He is now a certified peer mentor with the Reese Foundation and the United Spinal Cord Association. He is also a member of the Comanche Nation's Vocational Rehabilitation Program Advisory Board.
My disability is a result of a motor vehicle accident. April 16, 2013, I was in my second semester of my freshman year at Cameron University. I was on my way to school, and a lady ran a stop sign and hit me. When she hit me, she hit my driver's side back door of my Yukon, and that caused me to flip. I did not have my seatbelt on, and my leg got caught in between the roof and the steering wheel, and that's what kept me from getting ejected. From there, I was flown to OU Medical Center. I was in OU Medical Center from April 16th to June 6th. From June 6th, I was released to Jim Thorpe Rehab, and then from there, I spent 4 weeks there. Then I was released, and from there, I started my career back in school. My disability, I really don't feel like it affects my employment goal. As of right now, I'm certified by 2 companies here in the United States. One of them is United Spinal, and the other is the Christopher and Donna Reeve Foundation. They're both really big foundations in the United States for peer mentoring. And peer mentoring is basically when you're paired up with another individual, in my case with a spinal cord injury, and I help them find resources. I talk them through their disability. I talk them through what's to be expected of spinal cord injury, things of that nature. How I initially got into peer mentoring is whenever I was in the ICU, one of the, I believe she was a respiratory doctor, she came to me and told me, she said, hey, we have these 2 gentlemen, sometimes they come up, they talk to people who are, new to being paralyzed, they kind of talk about their story, they let you know what they do and things like that, and they, I told them, I said, yeah, bring them up. And that's kind of what got me started. They told me what they did in their everyday lives. They told me that they still drove, and they told me that they worked and things like that. And I had always told myself, once I get out of here, that's something that I want to do. And I kept that promise to myself. And I've been doing that now for 3 years. 3 years, and I have over 30 patients that I have logged that I've talked to, and my name's gotten passed around different company to company. I've gone here and there talking to different companies about, what I've gone through, there's been a few area high school teams that I've talked to, just things of that nature. So initially, whenever I first went to college, I was actually majoring in math, and I was wanting to become a math teacher and a coach. Football coach. Whenever I went back to the college, I still stuck with the math, and I changed majors, not because math was too hard, but I became friends with the director of disabilities there at Cameron, and I found out what she did, how she helped people with disabilities, and that really just changed my whole outlook on everything. And I realized I can do a whole lot more helping people than I can being a math teacher. That's whenever I really started feeling like I could branch out. I was really starting to become comfortable with what was happening. And so from there, that's whenever I branched out, and I decided that I wanted to become a psychology major. So now I am a junior at Cameron, and I will be graduating possibly next May. And from there, I'll go into my master's. It'll definitely be on the counseling side. I haven't decided what branch of counseling that I want to do, but that's the plan. So I was actually conscious through the whole accident. I remember the entire thing. I remember getting hit. I remember flipping. I remember being put into the ambulance, then from the ambulance into the helicopter. And the whole time I knew it wasn't good, because I obviously wasn't up walking around. And but for some reason, I just remained really calm. I don't know. I've always had that really calm demeanor about me, and I that's a really hard thing to really grasp whenever you can't walk. But I don't know, just something deep down just told me, remain calm, everything's gonna be okay. And there was a few times in the hospital whenever I was feeling really bad. I still remember it perfectly. There was a car commercial, and the song in the background was Bob Marley's "The Three Little Birds." The chorus is "Every little thing's gonna be all right." And every time I was having a really bad day in the ICU, that song came on, and that just kind of clicked in my head, like, hey, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna work out in your favor. And so I just kind of look for, with me in life, one of the things that I really look out for whenever things are going bad is like, what's one little thing in my life that's gonna make sure that you got to find something good. You have to find something positive each and every day, no matter how big or how small. And I think that helps me every day keep the demeanor that I have all the time. It's really seldom that I get down and sad. Like I said, you just have to find the little things that kind of keep you going, and I feel like that's kind of what helped me along. And also, I'd been an athlete my entire life, and so I feel like everything that I had learned being an athlete, from playing t-ball starting whenever I was 5 or 6, and then playing t-ball all growing up into my adolescence. And once I get into high school and stuff, I started playing more football, and the coaches are hard on you. They're super hard on you. You're practicing in the heat, and you're wondering to yourself, why am I putting myself through this? And then here I am in the ICU. I have scars up and down my body from the ICU now, and I don't know. I just feel like everything that I had done in my life just kind of led me up and just prepared me for that situation. So with the state voc rehab, with the state DRS, they remodeled my truck. I need specialty equipment in my vehicle. With my truck, my driver's seat turns outside of the cab, lowers down to the ground. From there, I transfer over to the driver's seat. I take my cushion off. I keep a backpack on me at all times with medical supplies. Take my backpack off as well. And there's a crane in the bed of my truck. I have a remote that swings around. It grabs my chair for me. From there, I use another remote. I go back up into the cab, and then from there, I direct my wheelchair into the bed, and then I'm off on my way. Another couple services that they helped me out with is, I hate to backtrack, but whenever I first went back to school, I was still receiving OLAP at the time, Oklahoma's Promise. And where my fracture is it affects my hands, so my hands don't work as well. And I took a few heavily writing-based classes, and I shouldn't have, or I should have asked for more help than I did. And I ended up failing a couple classes, and that ended up taking me off of my grant that I was getting. So from there, I talked to the state about it, and the state actually helped me pay my tuition and books. So that's another service they provided. I have to get my truck serviced. My hand controls on my truck, I have to get them serviced every 6 to 8 months, so they helped me pay for that. So I got two really big awards last year. Yeah, it was last year. I got 2 really big awards last year. One of them is the Friend of Trauma Award. I got that from OU Medical Center. That's one of the facilities that has my number to call whenever they have a new patient. And they don't just go right to the patient and say, hey, we have somebody coming to visit you. So, first they tell them a little bit about me, let them know that I used to be there in the ICU, and if you're up for it, then he can come and visit you if you would like. And so if they want, then I'm there. I'll go talk to them. And I got Friend of Trauma for as much time that I spent up there last year. Another big award that I got was from Jim Thorpe Rehab. That's the rehab facilitation that I was at. And I got their Courage Award just from going above and beyond. Somebody with my injury would do. And as you know, as busy as I am, as many patients as I talk to up there. So I got a really big award for that, and my picture's up in the hospital there now. So.